is Teah. I'm the marketing specialist for the Missouri Wine and Grape Board. You might be wondering what that is. The Missouri Wine and Grape Board is a state agency housed under the Department of Agriculture. And basically how we operate, we are not general revenue. Anytime you buy a bottle of wine in the state of Missouri, whether it's a Missouri wine or a non-Missouri wine, I hope it's a Missouri wine, but we get 12 cents from that, a tax on that wine. Approximately half of that goes towards marketing, which is what I do, and I'll tell you about all of our marketing programs today. And then half of that goes to the University of Missouri, and I'll talk a little bit about the research that's going on there. It's very exciting. So before we get into all the wineries we have today, I just want to tell you briefly about the history of the Missouri wine industry. Did anyone know that we have a very rich history? Actually, before Prohibition, we were ranked second, right behind New York. In the late 1800s, a lot of German settlers came into Herman, which you probably know. Herman has a lot of history with the Germans. And we had over 100 wineries in Herman alone. We actually had a professor at the University of Missouri that saved the European wine industry. They were suffering from a phylloxera outbreak, which I'm marketing, I'm not going to go into what that is. It's just a nasty disease that was killing all their vines. And he figured out, Charles Riley, figured out that our American rootstock was resistant to it. So he pulled a bunch of it out and sent it to them and actually saved the French and European wine industry, which some say today you shouldn't have done since they're such a competitor. But thankfully we have Cabernets and all these great wines coming out of Europe. So then Prohibition came about, and it just completely wiped out the Missouri wine industry. I've heard a saying that's kind of funny, that in California they had a lot of Italian settlers and immigrants, which I can say because I'm Italian, they're stubborn, they're like, whatever, this Prohibition thing isn't real. And so they just kept, behind closed doors making wine. And the German settlers were like, well, we got to follow the law. So they literally ripped out the vineyards, ripped out all the vines, started pouring all the wine into the street, and started using that land to make other, crops and make a living. And so it's been a long uphill battle since then. Around 1960, after Prohibition, people started planting grapes again in the St. James area, the Herman area, and the Augusta area. And so slowly we've been coming back. In 1980, another really great fact for you, and it's the reason we have our new tagline, the country's first wine country. Augusta, Missouri, which if you don't know is on Highway 94 right outside of Augusta, was actually named the first AVA, American Viticulture Area. Napa Valley was actually second. So in Missouri we actually do have the first wine country.